A lot of hype, but no victory for OBJ in LA. We have some NFL and NBA fantasy notes that could affect your lineups and 3 NBA games scheduled on the Superdraft app. We'll have your fantasy picks. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the big show. I'm Jim Ginocchio in Atlanta, former sportscaster with Turner Broadcasting at NBC in Atlanta. We're going to look to do this show in record time. Ross the Boss joins me from Los Angeles. How you doing, Mr. Hollywood producer?
Good morning. I'm Ross the Boss, and I want to talk Superdraft Pro with you. Cowboy, talking about Cowboys, we have a special guest today. He's up in Canada. His name's Kevin Blake Weldon. He's unbelievable. He just doesn't play fantasy sports, but he's also an unbelievable country singer. Kevin, welcome to the show.
Man, I'm glad to be here. I couldn't ask for a couple of nicer dudes to be hanging out with today. Glad to be here. And that game last night, jeez, don't even get me started.
Man, it was unbelievable, wow. I'll tell you.
Wow.
Hey, listen, the first play from scrimmage, OBJ caught a pass, and it looked like that was going to be it. But then it was all Niners the rest of the way. And, of course, Ross the Boss, a tight end, George Kittle, he scores, right? I mean, that's the way it works on
our
time.
show yesterday, I mentioned as our champion, George Kittle. And what did he do? He scored a touchdown. So if you had him in your champion yesterday and his multiplier was over 2.0, Blake Weldon.
Yeah.
You probably were a winner. So
I was a winner with Samuel as my champion. A Samuel champion.
Debo had 2 touchdowns. Yeah,
there you go. That's another good champion. I had Samuel too, but not a champion. But
yeah. So the big question in LA, we'll do this real quick, and we got to move on because our time's limited today. But with OBJ in the lineup, it was interesting because he looked out of place, right? Because with Woods in there, Woods and Kupp and Jefferson have this strategic plan of how they run routes. Last night, OBJ looked lost in that lineup, and I think that really threw Stafford off. What do you think, guys?
I think it was a combination of the 49ers defense. Cooper Kupp didn't have a big game. No one else really had a big game for the Rams.
Yep.
Higbee had a touchdown too. But, I mean, basically, the Rams look out of place, out of sync. The Niners defense, let's hand it to them. They played a great game. And Stafford, as I've been saying all season, way overrated, especially in fantasy-wise. I don't think he's the guy that's going to take the Rams to the Super Bowl. I could be wrong, but I'm Ross the Boss, and I say he's not good enough to get the Rams to the Super Bowl. We'll see what happens.
All right, Kev, any thoughts?
Man, I was just shocked at the way the Rams played last night. I was shocked at how out of sync the team was. You'd think going into a game against the 49ers that they'd be ready to play. They didn't look ready to play to me. Yeah. Stafford was off all night. The drops, I could not believe the dropped passes. I couldn't believe the drop passes. You don't expect to see that. And there was another situation, guys. I don't know if y'all remember this. I believe it was getting towards the end of the game when Stafford had a wide open touchdown run and he chickened out. Do you guys remember that play?
I remember it very well, Mr.
And he freaking chickened out, man. I was like, Bradley got mad at me for yelling at the TV. Man. This is what we do when we love sports, man.
That's because at that moment he was still wearing his Detroit Lions uniform.
Man, I don't know, bro.
Well, maybe it's because he's from Texas. Maybe he's scared because he's a Texas guy, and all guys from Texas are scared.
Excuse me, I want to win a bigger prize is what I meant to say.
All right, let's move on to somebody who's not scared. Cam Newton, all right? So now he's been named starting quarterback against Washington this weekend. Guys, they're 5-5. Can Cam take him to the playoffs? Ross, we'll start you.
Cam Newton's the all-time great for the Carolina Panthers. He took him to the Super Bowl when he played for him way longer time ago. I mean, I thought his career was almost done, but it looks like a little spark just happened underneath him. So we'll see what happens. I mean, he has McCaffrey's back. He has DJ Moore. He has some great players behind him. I'm rooting for Cam Newton. I've met him before. I've worked with him before. Great kid. Let's go, Cam.
Hey, Kev, he was yelling on the highlights, I'm back. What do you think, Kev?
Listen, I'm a huge Cam Newton fan. I really am. And you know what else I'm a fan of? I'm a fan of underdogs coming back and proving to everybody that they still have game. Just like Ross the Boss proves that he still has game, even with that gray hair. Kevin Blake.
I'm getting a haircut, actually. I'm getting a haircut.
Still got game.
Okay.
I mean, everybody loves a great comeback story. And I love the fact that Cam Newton is back. I love that. He's with the Panthers. And I believe he can. I believe he can get him to the playoffs.
Yeah, it's a great story, and a great story is developing in New England as well. The Mac attack. Mac Jones. Look at this guy. 6 touchdown passes, 1 interception. Hey, listen, he's thrown 13 touchdown passes already. That's more than all the quarterbacks last year for the Patriots. Is this guy Rookie of the Year, guys?
Well, there's a guy that plays for Cincinnati named Jamar Chase that I think.
Yeah, if the quarterback can throw the ball to him, though.
But But Mac Jones is, again, I said it before. He's not really a rookie. He played at Alabama, so his lineage is unbelievable. I mean, he's not a rookie, but I guess technically he is. But I feel that Mac Jones is playing great, and he doesn't have like that marquee. He doesn't have like that all-pro receiver on his team. I mean, he's playing with receivers that are good but not great, and he's getting the job done. And the Patriots are a team that you got to be aware of. They're only like one game behind like New England. I mean, Tampa Bay. Right. So, I mean, they're playing great football right now, and it's a
Kevin,
team I don't want to play.
It looks like ball control to me. I mean, Belichick, he's playing his defensive game exactly the way he needs to, because New England's looking great on defense. But they're also making sure that Mac is under control on the offensive side.
I agree.
Well, there's no doubt that there's something special going on there. And listen, you love him or hate him, as long as Bill Belichick is coaching anywhere, he's gonna find ways to win. And you got to give it to him. I mean, I thought that after Brady left, that Brady was the team, but again, Belichick shows that he knows what he's doing. He's got a system. He knows what he's doing. He's going to plug players in. I'd like to say that I'm shocked, but I guess I'm really not. I mean, if you look back to the Cowboys game, they could have won that game. Then look at where their record would be, and then people would be talking about them a lot more than they are now. And talking about the Cowboys, what they did on Sunday after that stink job they did against Denver, but look what's coming at them. They got Kansas City, and I'm going to tell you right now, who would have thought that Kansas City would turn it around the way they have? Because it looked like they were done in the water 3 weeks ago. Now look who's at the top of the leaderboard.
That is going to be one heck of a game come this weekend. All right, guys, 10 weeks in, best defensive team. You got to say it's the Green Bay Packers. I mean, 6 out of the 10 games, they've given up 20 or less points. 20 or less points given up by the Packer defense. Aaron Rodgers wins. Guys, these stats that are out there right now on the Packers match what they're doing that they did in 2010 when they won Super Bowl 45 over the Steelers. That's how good they're looking right now. Ross, your thoughts on that?
Aaron Jones is hurt. I'm worried about that. If Jones is hurt for a long period of time, that's going to hurt them a lot. I know they have A.J. Dillon. Oh, they have A.J. Dillon. It's not the same guy. To have both guys playing at the same time, it's a very good combo. Aaron Jones is one of these guys that can catch passes. He's faster. He's stronger. He's not stronger, but he's faster than A.J. Dillon. But it just depends on Aaron Jones. If he's out for a long period of time, I don't know if Green Bay can take it to the next level. We'll see
what do you think, Kev?
I don't know. It's just something still doesn't feel right for me with Green Bay. I just think there's too much. There's some kind of energy that's coming out up there. Now, they could shock everybody, but then again, with the way the NFL is going this year, some of the games that we've seen over the last few weeks, the Cowboys, and then the Tampa Bay, and then the Cardinals, then the Rams. I mean, seriously, what's going to happen? I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. The team that really wants this, that really they really want this, they're going to go out and win this championship this year, and there's several teams that it could be. In my book,
if Tampa Bay gets home field advantage for the playoffs, they'll be in the Super Bowl. If they don't, they're not going to be. That's my prediction right there.
Yeah, because of home field advantage. Yeah, you're right about that.
Tom Brady's a whole different quarterback on the road than he is at home. At home, he's like an all-pro quarterback. On the road, he's a mediocre quarterback. You look at the stats. I can tell you the stats right now, and they're not good. So. Again, Tom Brady away, you bet the house. You bet the house against them when he's away, like I did last weekend when they played Washington, and Washington embarrassed them in Washington.
I had Brady as my champion in that game too, man. I just thought him.
I can't stand when that happens.
Tom Brady away. Well, then you never, ever, ever take him. Ever.
You never, ever, ever not take Tom Brady.
So we take him. Take him at home. Not away. Just listen to Ross the Boss, and you'll be a winner. Trust me.
All right.
I saw your name, Ross the Boss, on the leaderboard. And that's all I'm going to
And we're talking about that Superdraft leaderboard, and everybody, that looked really good. Yep. Hey, real quick, Aaron Jones has got an MCL sprain, guys, so he's only going to miss about a couple of weeks is what we're hearing right now. A.J. Dillon's going to fill in, and as you heard what Ross's comments are on that. 2 quick hits, and that is Chase Young. He's out for the year. News not as bad for Pittsburgh's T.J. Watt. He's possibly going to miss about 3 or 4 games. All right, NBA. Let's get into the picks for tonight. Last night, real quick, Luka Doncic limped off the court last night on one of the last plays of the game, turned his ankle, being evaluated today. And meantime, the Bulls, what the heck? I mean, they go into Staples and they beat the Clippers. They go into Staples and they beat the Lakers last night. Guys, real quick before we go into our picks, Ross?
The Lakers are a bad team. LeBron wants to come back sooner than later. I think LeBron may be back this weekend. The Lakers have lost a lot of games, and it's not getting better in Los Angeles. The Clippers are a mediocre team without Kawhi Leonard. The Bulls had the best record in the East for a while. I have to look to see how they're doing now, but the Bulls are for real. I mean, Lonzo Ball and Zach LaVine, all those guys are. I mean, they're playing great. And Duranza, I mean, all those guys are playing great for the Bulls. The Bulls are a team to watch out for in the East, and no one's really talking about them. They're all talking about Brooklyn, but that's Ross the Boss.
Yep, that's right. Kev, anything?
Man, I'm not a Bulls fan. They do have a great team, and they got some players that I do. I like to get those guys in my fantasy, and that's what I love about daily fantasy sports. It doesn't matter if you hate a team or not. If they got players that are putting up the numbers, they're going to be going on my roster, and there's a couple of guys on the Bulls that are on my roster just about every day. Ball's one.
You got it. All right, 3 games tonight. Warriors at the Nets, Jazz host the Sixers, Spurs at the Clippers. Let's do it, Gross. Where are the picks tonight?
Picks as a cover guy I'm going to talk about first. Donovan Mitchell, University of Louisville. His multiplier is 1.2. I feel Donovan's going to have a huge game tonight. I've had him on fantasy teams. I love the kid. 1.2 is a gift. Tyrese Maxey, no Ben Simmons for the Sixers. Maxey had 32 points last time he played. His multiplier is 1.55. That's a gift too. It's a big mistake by corporate. And of course Steph Curry 1.0. You got Harden 1.0. You can sprinkle those guys in too, but you can only take 2 guards. So those are the 2 guards. So you can kind of sprinkle and have fun with that. Forward wise, Kevin Durant, I take every time Kevin plays, I take him. So that's what I do. I love Kevin Durant. I think he's unbelievable. 1.0. Paul George, 1.05. Again, it's not that great, but Paul George will have a lot of points. Andrew Wiggins plays for Golden State. He had over 20 points last time he plays. Multiplier 1.4. I think that's kind of high. I like Andrew Wiggins tonight. I have him in my 3 of 4 of my cards. I suggest you take him. And Bojan Bogdanovic plays for Utah. 1.6 multiplier. Had 25 points last he played, in rebounds and assists. I love this guy. Multiplier is a little high. And then for centers, I'm just taking one guy. It's Gobert for Utah. His multiplier is 1.2.
Yeah, he's good.
And that's Ross the Boss. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know who you're taking tonight. Here we go.
Good stuff. Superdraft, no dollar values, no salary caps. Over the next 30 days, you can play 120 games by joining the Elite Package. Kevin, you got 15 seconds. Sell me on Superdraft.
Man, listen, Superdraft is just fun. It's just fun. There's no sharks over here. This is for the average everyday guy that loves to get in and play some daily, wants an opportunity to have fun, win a little bit of money, not break the bank. Superdraft is the future of daily fantasy sports. We are the official daily fantasy sports partner of Caesars Entertainment. So this is the real deal. It's a lot of fun. Get you a subscription. Come play X number of games every single day, depending on which package you get, and have fun with us. And if you beat Ross the Boss, I'll send you $5.
I'll send you $10.
But you got to come in first place.
I love it. For Ross the Boss in Los Angeles, for Kevin in Calgary, I'm Jim Ginocchio in Atlanta. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow.